we're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign of what's going to happen to these other.
In the case of Bitcoin, it doesn't have any income, it doesn't have any use, it doesn't have any utility. So what's the value of it based on what? Based on no intrinsic value and purely a speculative bubble. That's why I argue, actually negative given the hogging of energy and environmental cost. If there was a carbon tax on crypto, the value of these assets will be negative. So what's the fundamental value? What's the use? What's the utility that justifies the capital gain? None. It's a speculative bubble that is based on pump and dump, spoofing, wash trading, and manipulation by Tether. There's a total scam. So for institutional investors saying we're going to invest into crypto doesn't make any sense. You have a failing company that had a flat stock market like MicroStrategy for a decade, and its head was a coke addict, decided then to bet the entire house on Bitcoin. That's irresponsible behavior. And there's not going to be any corporate head who's going to put his cash, as you pointed out clearly, into something that is so volatile. You put your cash in something that is stable. And for somebody like Elon Musk, who knows that there's a market impact to manipulate, first take an individual position into Bitcoin, pump the price up, and then say that Tesla has invested and Tesla doesn't make money yet, it's also irresponsible and it's market manipulation. The SEC should be looking to people that have a market impact, that manipulate the price of assets. That's also criminal behavior. Criminal behavior.
Okay.
The SEC should be looking into that. Come on, it's a totally criminal enterprise. Tether is a criminal enterprise, and a bunch of whales and insiders are manipulating the price of Bitcoins day in, day out. That's a fact.
On Brian Kelly, though, we mentioned Tesla, and the reason why Tesla put it on the balance sheet is because they're looking forward to the day when customers want to buy cars with Bitcoin. That was the impetus. That's why Tesla has it where it has it on the balance sheet. It's not a cash equivalent. It's because they believe customers will want to transact. Won't we need to see that in order for more S&P 500 companies to adopt Bitcoin? It seems that not many are looking at Bitcoin right now at this point in time as a store of value. It's the question of whether customers will transact. And for that reason, some companies have already said, no, we're not looking at that because we don't see that demand yet.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a really great point on Tesla. Everybody got very excited that Tesla put it on the balance sheet. But to me, the revolution there, or the revelation, was that Tesla said, hey, we're going to accept this at some point in time. And then a week later, MasterCard comes out and says, hey, we're going to allow our merchants to accept or be able to transact in Bitcoin. This is the transition in the life cycle. We are in the digital gold commodity era. But those type of announcements move us towards the currency side where you do get more corporate adoption. The volatility will go down. We won't have these massive boom and bust cycles. Perhaps, and I don't know, but perhaps this is the last boom and bust cycle. But it's really important in the growth of Bitcoin as a currency to see Tesla, to see MasterCard and other companies follow suit to say, you know what? At some point in time, we think not only is this going to be a transactional currency, but we might actually use it in our supply chain as we are global because it's a lot more efficient. That's the next phase of this rally, that, or at least the next phase that Bitcoin will go through.
All right.
This game has been played before. This is what it looked like in 1999 when you announced that you had a web page. Your stock went up 10%. You were pre-revenue, you did flying cars, you did all these things, and it still went higher. I don't know where it ends, but these are the signs that a market is overheating in a bubble and there's too much money.
Wait a minute. You said instead a web page, a .com. How about adding Bitcoin to your balance sheet? Don't you throw that
100%.
in there? You throw that in there, right?
I would absolutely. That doesn't necessarily mean that Bitcoin is in a bubble. It doesn't mean that meant that web pages were in a bubble, but it did mean that the stock prices were in a bubble when things started doing that. When you see stocks go up, just because they buy Bitcoin or just because they have a web page, that's not a normal fundamental, hey, I'm improving the business. So, whether it's Bitcoin, gold, I don't know, flying cars, if stock prices go up on non-fundamental reasons, that's a warning signal. That's my point.
It cracked the 50,000 mark for the first time ever this morning before taking a little bit of a breather. And as hot as that trade's been, there have been some other players in the crypto space that, can you believe it, are doing even better. Check out some of these companies that appear to be levered to Bitcoin. Riot Blockchain is up nearly 1,500% over the past 6 months. MicroStrategy, we've had the CEO.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And like I stated in my earlier video, that the real bull market will not be televised. Bitcoin hits that 50,000 and it has been on CNBC all day. CNBC Fast Money did a special edition, and majority of that special edition was about Bitcoin. Now, we know Bitcoin had hit 50,000. I went over Michael Saylor's stock. Went from $90, guys, to $1,000. Even had Morgan Stanley by a percentage of the actual company, which we know Michael Saylor has been selling this engineered gold. But we know when it comes to Bitcoin Lightning is being worked behind the scenes. That's what's going to be used for payments, just like Facebook Diem. But guys, also we have to look at the stocks that actually are benefiting from Bitcoin. That's why I created my stock channel. If you look at Riot Blockchain, it has done ridiculous. And I believe I went over when it was like at $5, maybe less than that. But yes, guys, this is all speculation. And it's going to leave a lot of investors in tears. Because this is a big bubble and everybody's coming in. And this is a time where you should be actually either sitting back, being patient, you've made your money, you took a little profits, or trading. But if you're definitely sitting there hodling, thinking that it's going to double from here, you're sadly mistaken. Now, guys, don't forget I went over the actual repo. Now, if you use the link that I sent you, they didn't do a lot. I think it was maybe $4,000 today. So, guys, we definitely have to keep an eye on these repos because it's very, very important. And don't forget March 31st, the repos actually close. So we definitely have to keep an eye on Janet Yellen to see the actual forecast. And this month, of course, we have back this week, and we have CME futures for Ethereum and Bitcoin. So yes, guys, the Fed has been pumping the stock market and the crypto market with the repo. The day of reckoning is definitely going to be coming. We're going to see the air come out of this bubble. We still have plenty of liquidity out there, but we know in the crypto market, guys, it is nothing but speculation. Yes, we have a little bit of that real money coming in, but majority of it, all speculation. Don't forget that. And when it comes to the New World Order, everything is planned out. You have a wonderful day.